Blizzard blew it, everyone. It's over. It's done. We have a winner in the ARPG scene, and its name is Path of Exile. For the past month, as a longtime PoE player, I've watched as numerous new players surged onto the shores of Rayclast. Definitely not as many as I'd initially hoped, given the dissatisfaction over many of Diablo 4's systems, but a good amount. The new PoE League, 3.22, Trial of the Ancestors, wasn't as massive as I believed it would be, but truly, it was just the beginning. Over the past week, though, there's been even better press for Path of Exile 1 and Path of Exile 2. Likely the largest Diablo 4 content creator and a respectable, humble man who absolutely skyrocketed through the ocean of YouTube, Darth Microtransaction, or DM, decided to try out Path of Exile. The result has been some of the absolute best news for the entire Path of Exile community in a while. He's a good dude with a massive audience. He's going to bring a ton of new players to the game. Already, that's awesome. Most PoE players want PoE to grow. He's going to help tremendously. Additionally, he's exposing the innumerable masses to Path of Exile 2, showing them you don't need to be an absolute pro to pick up, play, understand, and enjoy the game. This is the best part. His videos are getting hundreds of thousands of views combined, and most of them don't even need to mention the gigantic elephant in the room, the absolute failure of Diablo 4 in the eyes of avid ARPG players, longtime veterans, and even brand new people who weren't satisfied with the shallow systems the game offers. It's amazing. PoE 1 can stand on its own, flaws and all. I have long kept from dunking on Diablo 4 on this channel, preferring to make light-hearted videos comparing the two games, even though my personal choice, is Path of Exile when compared to Blizzard's latest creation, Diablo 4. Most of them are fair, especially given the immense resources available to the giants of Activision Blizzard. However, now Path of Exile 2 is finally entering the competition, making rounds and showcasing the game's early alpha state. The closed beta is a little under a year away, promised to start on June 7th, 2024. But already, what we've seen highlighted by the highest levels of the Grinding Gear Games team is breathtaking. Again, keep in mind, everyone, PoE 2 hasn't been played by the public in a real environment yet, and it's already stomping all over Diablo 4. Now, you really need to make the comparison. It's unavoidable. Path of Exile 2 and Diablo 4 are going to be direct competitors, and Path of Exile 2 appears to be set up to overcome PoE 1's greatest flaws and beat Blizzard at their own game. Diablo 4 was marketed to the masses using paid ad campaigns with gamers, celebrities, and mega corporations alike. They promised a polished, beautiful, varied, and compelling game. They delivered on the beauty in most areas, but fell through on the others. But they made their money, or so it said. The game got big numbers on release, everyone knew about it, and just as quickly, people dropped. Path of Exile 2's marketing campaign has just begun, kicked off with its official reveal of the Path of Exile 1 and 2 split at ExileCon 2023, a convention put on completely by the developers of Path of Exile, Grinding Gear Games. They showcased everything. They played in front of a live audience. One of the game directors literally died to a boss during the gameplay showcase. Now, they're on tour at Gamescom 2023, and again, the developers are doing the talking, giving everyone a glimpse of the latest and greatest take on the archetypal ARPG druid. They've conducted a few interviews, yes, but they've also posted in-depth gameplay walkthroughs on their own channel explaining the intricacies of Path of Exile 2. The video features, again, one of PoE 2's game directors, Jonathan Rogers, doing the narration and likely actual gameplay. Naturally, content creators gigantic and tiny are picking up on this and absolutely loving it. Some big streamers were paid back at ExileCon, yeah, but the creators in the scene, especially the ARPG scene, who have pull and can help showcase games to players who might have never considered them, are adoring the way Grinding Gear Games are marketing PoE 2. And it's just the start. The momentum can only grow from here, especially when the players get their hands on the sequel to the still in development Path of Exile 1. Blizzard blew Diablo 4's marketing. PoE 1 and 2 will long outlast Diablo 4 because even though some of their marketing is going toward people who don't play ARPGs, most of PoE 2's ad campaign is catered to people who will love their game. It's real. They love and know their niche. They know their audience. They know how to maintain and grow a beginning title. And they're going to get a huge chance to topple a titan when PoE 2 releases. Because, get this, Blizzard polish used to be a real thing. Their games always used to be top tier on release. They often used the phrase, "it'll release when it's ready." That's not true anymore. It wasn't true with Diablo 4. Diablo 4, on release, was a game so riddled with bugs, missing features like developed stashes, and huge balancing problems despite an elongated development time with a team of over 9,000 employees, that many players believe its real release won't be until Season 4, 5, or 6. That's insane. And while the developers do seem to be trying to save the game with the new season, addressing a host of core concerns, I'm afraid it won't matter to many. Blizzard's blown it with a huge swath of new, potential, dedicated, hardcore audience members. Of course, does that matter to them? It might not, but it matters to me. It should matter to you. Likewise, it appears to matter to their next competition, the developers of Path of Exile 2. They are taking their sweet time with PoE 2. They stayed silent, curiously, for years on it, dumped a load of information at ExileCon 2023 at the end of July, including the fact that the closed beta would not begin until June 2024. They're going slow. They're getting it right. They're making sure PoE 2 is the most polished ARPG on the market when it hits, all while continuing to release decent-sized PoE 1 expansions. You know what? It seems to be working. 'Tis time for the Diablo 4 and Blizzard dunking, people. The gameplay systems of PoE 2 already outmatch Diablo 4 by leaps and bounds, not only inheriting lots of PoE 1 features like ascendancy classes, the big ol' skill tree, and hundreds of unique items, but adding onto it with ideas like your passive skill tree swapping based on the weapon you're using. The graphics and animations also stomp all over Diablo 4. This is where Blizzard usually wins out with ease. That's not the case here. Even with just glimpses at the first 4 of 6 acts and none of the endgame, everything is gorgeous. Everything is smooth. Everything is buried. Ah, yes, the variation. There are so many monsters, so many bosses, so many different abilities. And then there's Diablo 4, wherein you're killing the same monsters over and over and over. It's asset reuse done the absolute wrong way. You shouldn't be able to notice it as blatantly as you do in D4. The reused bosses from the campaign aren't even renamed in the dungeons. There's, so much more, of course, too. Like the inheriting of all purchased microtransactions and stashes from PoE 1, the novel skill gem system, and 12 character classes, 6 of them being brand new to the franchise. Plus, you know it, their leagues and expansions will be absolute bangers. All of this, everyone, is free. Entirely free. Blizzard is going to continue to milk players for Diablo 4 content every single season and boxed expansion, and then, of course, when Diablo 5 hits, whenever that might be. Grinding Gear Games, Path of Exile 1 and 2 will not. Blizzard blew it. I'm not falling for their cinematics and promises again. Really. It's only happened with Diablo 4. I'm standing strong and ensuring they know they've, unfortunately for them, lost at least one customer. No more purchases. Will you stand with me? Please, fellow exile, former hero of Sanctuary, refugee of Diablo, whoever you might be, let me know in the comments below. Please. Thanks for watching. Let me give a huge shout out to every exile who supports this channel. You can help the channel grow by giving this video a like, wherebear slamming the subscribe button, and turning on the bell. There's a ton more PoE content and beyond incoming. To all those who've watched until this final moment, the old meme works the best. Diablo bad, Tala Moana.